With Shaun Clouston of the Kamloops Blazers. Coach, let's jump right into it. The Blazers, as we speak, you've gotten a couple of preseason games under your belt. You've got a slew of guys at NHL camps right now, including the reigning WHL and CHL Player of the Year, Logan Stankoven. But certainly, if you could just reflect on just the sense of optimism and excitement in Kamloops as you prepare for the regular season.
Yeah, obviously it's exciting times here. We had a nice run last year, a little bit disappointing, obviously, at the end, get to Game 7 of the conference finals, returning a large group of players from that. So some great experience, some learning, and very exciting news kind of towards the end of the season. That we were going to be able to host the Memorial Cup. So the guys are excited. The city is excited. A really neat time to be a Blazer.
Tell you what, in talking with your players, chatted with Logan Stankoven recently, Fraser Minton as well, and certainly some excitement, with respect to that big announcement, the Blazers hosting the Memorial Cup in May. But just to a man, I think everybody I've talked to in your organization is pretty adamant that this is a team that wants to get there through the front door and not use that hosting kind of privilege as kind of a backdoor to get into the tournament. But I get the sense that you guys are focused as you kind of embark on this season, regardless of what may happen at the end of it.
Yeah, I think there's always a process, and I think that our older guys, our leaders, are very focused. We've had some good success here the last number of years. I think they understand the importance of the process, showing up at the rink every day, willing to work and do the things you need to do to get better. I think there's a large group of guys that that have an opportunity to be pros one day. So this is again part of that process, and it's a long season. There's lots of different things that happen during the course of a season. I think there's optimism right now. There's excitement right now. At some point it becomes a grind. The Western Hockey League season is a grind. So we've got some experienced guys that have been through that before, that understand, how challenging the regular season could be, let alone the playoffs. But I think we have a group of guys, a group of veteran leaders that are really embracing that and looking forward to the challenge.
Boy, you talk about your veteran leaders, Shaun, and you look at a guy like Logan Stankoven, and the numbers speak for themselves, right? And obviously, his pedigree at the World Juniors and being selected by the Dallas Stars. But this is a guy that kind of shared that captaincy role last season with Quinn Schmiemann, who's gone on to professional hockey himself. But you look at the way Logan plays, and the thing that jumps off the page to me and jumps off the screen to me is just his passion and his energy. And boy, when you've got a guy like that at the helm of your group, it can't help but feel infectious for the rest of the group, can it?
No, you're totally right. He, from the time he's been here, from his first year all the way through, he's been one of the most dedicated, hardworking players that I've ever, had the privilege to coach. He's a rink rat. He loves being at the rink, spends a lot of time on the ice after practice. We've got a rink set up across in the hallway. He's over there ripping pucks every day. He's very, very driven. So I think he's a great example for the rest of the group. And then when you watch him play, the thing that stands out is his motor. He just goes. He's energized. He just drives the play all over the ice. He's hard on the forecheck. He's hard on the back check. And we're a team that really wants to play with pace, and he sets the bar very high, and it's up to the rest of the guys to keep up with them.
Coach, when you look at your roster, it's certainly turnover is a thing that happens year to year. That's just part of working in junior hockey and kind of experiencing the year-to-year transition. But your blue line seems to be certainly an area of significant change over last year when you lose two 20-year-olds and you make the deal to bring in Kyle Masters, a Minnesota draft pick who you've gotten a bit of a chance to see. But you've also brought in an import defenseman as well in Apo Sarel. And I want to ask you about those two guys in particular, how they're settling into life in Kamloops. And I know Kyle's not with you right now. He's in an NHL camp. But, tell me a little bit about what you've seen from them in their very early days as Blazers.
Yeah, I mean, two different players. Start with Kyle. Kyle's been terrific for us. Great speed. He plays fast north south, which is going to be really good for us. He's a veteran guy, a 19-year-old player that's got a lot of experience. Played in a good organization with some terrific coaching in Red Deer. He is a prospect. He's got pro hockey on the horizon. And then the other thing I think in the short time so far that we've had him real positive is that he's fit in extremely well with our group. He knew Caden Bankier from camps, from Minnesota camps previous years, so there was a connection there. And we really like his energy and his enthusiasm, and so far he's been great. With Apo, a big, solid physical defender. I think there's an adjustment period a lot of times for the Europeans, and the thing that we forget all the time is just the size of the ice. They play on big ice all the time, and so so I think there's an adjustment there. We've really liked how he's progressed. It's only been a couple of weeks, but he's looking more and more comfortable each day. Understanding the team concepts. The preseason and the early part of the season is going to be really important for him. But we're excited to have him on board. He gives us, like I said, some size, some depth, and when you look at losing two guys like Schmiemann and Persson, it's pretty to replace that. But we believe we've taken some steps in that direction.
Shaun, when you look at your lineup, it's certainly experience and veteran leadership on the ice. So certainly experience and veteran leadership off the ice as well, with both yourself and now bringing Don Hay back to Kamloops as well. What's it been like to idea share with him since he's come back to town and working with him so far this season?
Yeah, it's been great. Don and I spent a lot of time. I mean, he's from Kamloops, so leading up to his hiring, we were able to spend a lot of time together, a little bit on the phone, a lot in person. I think we both felt it was really important before we took this step to get to know each other, to learn about each other, philosophies, ideas, coaching style. And like I said, so far it's been terrific. A ton of knowledge, ton of wisdom, unbelievable. His work ethic. He's so committed to what we're doing right now, and players have really enjoyed him so far. He's an excellent teacher, and I think that's that experience and that ability to teach is, I think, what's going to be so important for us throughout the season. I think that in junior hockey, you want to be a lot better at the end of the year than the start of the year. It's developmental. It's all about improvement, and I think with Don, with Chris Murray, Aaron Keller is a part-time defense coach, Dan DePalma, goaltending coach. We're really excited about our staff and looking forward to helping our players improve throughout the season.